Today we're going to take a look at how to write some basic quests for the AnthroxQuest plugin. The first step is quickly understanding how this file is stored. So there is a file called questdata.yml, and this file can be located in the AnthroxQuest folder in the server. If you go to the server's main directory, there's a plugins folder and then AnthroxQuest, and in here you'll find several data files, and there should be a questdata.yml file that is created when the plugin first runs. Now it will start out blank because it's not going to generate any quests for you, and so the first thing you need to do when creating a quest is give it a unique identifier. This has to be a number, and it has to be enclosed in single quotes like this. This is due to the YML file format. I will explain a little more as we go along here, but basically the basic format of the file is you have some identifier tag on the left and then some value on the right. So this could be a number, this could be a boolean, this could be another string of characters. It can be whatever you want. So that's how the basics of this file are set up, just so you get an idea. This is what a completed quest file looks like, and as you can see, each one of them has this unique identifier at the beginning. This will be the quest ID. It has to be a number, and it has to be enclosed in the single quotes. So we'll just call our quest Quest 1. Now on a new line tabbed in Wants, we can start putting the information for this particular quest. There are 3 pieces of quest information that you need for all quests. The first is name. Now if it's only a single word, you don't have to put the single quotes, but if you want to put any spaces in there, you will have to put single quotes, so it's just generally good practice to do it all the time. So the second tag that you need to do is called the description tag. Now this will be the text that pops up when you first go to get the quest. When you talk to the NPC and it asks, do you want to accept or decline, at that point that is the quest text that will be popping up. Now the other tag that you have here is called the turn-in description. Now this is the quest text that will pop up when you go to turn in the quest. Those are the only 3 requirements for making a quest. If you just leave it like this, this could be a simple go walk and talk to another person, another NPC. There's nothing else required for this. The rest of the information for this will be handled in setting up the NPCs and who gets to turn in what quest and whatnot, which is a separate tutorial in itself, and we'll get to that later. Now, if you want to make your quest more complicated, there are several more tags that we can add to this. Let's say we want them to go get us a diamond sword. Well, any items that you want them to get have to be underneath this items tag. On the left hand side here, we're going to put the items ID number. Now this is the ID number that you get from Minecraft. If you go to the Minecraft wiki, there's a whole page devoted to the data values. So we look on here real quick, we can see that the diamond sword is 276. I actually put 267, so that would have been an iron sword. So 276, and then colon, and the number of the items that you want them to get. So in this case, we just want them to get one of those. Let's say we want them to get some stone. Stone's number is 1. and we want them to get 10 stone. So this quest would require them to get 1 diamond sword and 10 stone before allowing them to turn in the quest. Now let's say we wanted them to kill something on top of this. So there's a tag called creatures, and this will allow us to put anything from a pig to a zombie to a spider. We cannot put ghast for some reason. Bucket does not support spawning ghasts as far as I can tell. We might have to add some special code for that, but I'm not sure why you'd want to add a ghast anyways. They're kind of hard to kill. So for this, you simply, if you want pigs, you have to type pigs like that and say 10 pigs. If we want to add zombies to this as well, 5 zombies. So now the quest requires that we kill 5 zombies, 10 pigs, get a diamond sword, and get 10 stone before we can turn in the quest. Now there's one more requirement type that we can add to this. It's called objectives. Objectives are kind of an arbitrary thing. They're kind of a catch-all for everything that items and creatures does not cover. Let's say you want them to survive the zombie apocalypse, or the onslaught of zombies coming to kill them. You've made yourself a little script that's just going to spawn a bunch of zombies, and if the player lives through it, then yay, they get to turn in a quest. So for that, let's say we want to make an objective where they survive. So I'll explain this here in just a sec. So to do this, you make, on the left side of the colon, you make a tag. Now this is just a single word tag. This is, the plugin will use this as an identifier for this. It's nothing special. It can be whatever you want it to be. Then on the right, you put a description. Now this description is what's going to show up in the actual quest text. Now, the only way for this objective to be completed is through a script. There's no natural way of going out in the world and doing it without that. So these will just be used for special things like, surviving zombie onslaught. There's probably many other things, like they want you to enter a certain area. Go discover the tomb of the great king or something like that. That would be easily done by this too. When they enter an area, a script could go off that would complete the objective for them. Now we haven't shown off scripts all that much because there was some mess up in the previous demo with them, but they are working, and I will do a small demonstration here at the end. Now there are a few more tags. There's one tag specifically related to the items tag. It's called keep items. You can either set this to false or you can set it to true. Now this is going to determine whether or not you actually keep the items that you collect once you turn in the quest. Say you want them to go get a wooden sword and a wooden pickaxe, but you don't want to take it from them when you're done. So you set this keep items to true. Then when they turn in the quest, it won't take the items from them. Now if you have this set to false, or if you don't have the tag here at all, it will actually take the items from them. The tag is not actually needed, it's optional. So in this case, we'll say false. Oops. You don't really need it. There's another tag called daily. I'll let you take a guess as to what this does. Yes, there are daily quests in the plugin already. The plugin is set to reset, I think, at 2 AM server time currently. That can be changed in the config file. You can also change the amount of dailies they can do per day. So it's currently set to 5. So just like the keep items thing, if this tag isn't here, it is going to assume that it is false. You can type false, but it's the same thing as not having the tag at all. If you set to true, then it will be considered a daily quest, and it will keep track of it as such. Yeah, we'll just set this to true so you can see it in the demo. we've been able to set up our items, our creatures, and our objectives. What do we do once we turn in the quest? How do they get their rewards? So, there is the tag called rewards. And under this tag, there are two different tags that go on. One is called economy. Now, if you don't have the economy plugin installed, which is essentially a simple economy plugin, that allows you to transfer virtual money, essentially, then this tag will be completely ignored. So if it is in here and you don't have it installed, it'll be ignored. It won't cause any errors. It'll just not be used. If you did want to, I know the Anthrox server has this, so if you typed 5.0 like this, that would be the equivalent of 5 gold on the Anthrox server. If you typed 5.25, that would be the equivalent of 5 gold and 25 silver on the Anthrox server. So that's just how we have it set up. We have it set up as gold and silver. Now, you can also put an items tag under here. This works exactly like the items tag above, the same exact format. Let's say, in this case, we wanted to give them a stack of dirt. So, dirt's ID tag is 3, and we want to give them 64 of them. So, I'm going to load this up here real quick and just give you an example of what this looks like in the game. Okay, here we are again. Just going to show you quickly what our quest looks like. I actually had it set up to pop it up when we moved into a region. So this is what it's going to look like for us. I do apologize for the item images. There's a bug right now that's making them resize weird, so just ignore the fact that they're the wrong size. But as you can see, we have our quest title, our quest text, our objectives, but not all of them are here, so there's a second page. Yeah, as you can see, the item is a little too big there. But then we have, diamond sword, survive the zombie onslaught, and here are our rewards. Now this is a placeholder image, the coin here. So don't be alarmed by the fact there's a lot of white. We're going to get the better image for that anyways. And then, your rewards, your 5 gold, 25 silver. This is formatted based on how your economy is set up. So I have it set up just like Anthrox does. And then of course your dirt. And then let's accept the quest. You can type /quest to bring it up. You see it's right there. Do /quest1, which will bring you up that specific quest. And it's the only difference between this and that accept window, other than the fact there's a drop button and close button now, is that we have all the status information and we have the counts for the different items. So let's say we gave ourselves a diamond sword here. If we do /quest1 again, it now says 1 out of 1 diamond swords. It's kind of hidden underneath the image there. So once we go through and complete all the objectives, we'll once again be able to talk to the NPC and turn in the quest. So let's do the rest of the objectives for this. Okay, so let's see what all we need to do again. We need to spawn some zombies, some pigs, get some stone, and complete that objective, which I have a script written to do that. So there's our zombies. Kill them before the sun does. There we go. Now if you look at the quest text again, we have now completed that objective. Okay, let's do the same thing for pigs. We need 10 of these suckers, so... There we go. And let's give ourselves 10 stone just to make sure that this works. Okay, so now we've completed all these objectives except for the survive the zombie onslaught. Okay, so I went and I set up the event for this. Once we walk over to the other side of this little island, it should trigger the zombie event. And when we're done, it should complete this objective for us. Here we go. Wait for it. I put a little delay here. There we go. Then they start spawning and they start dying. And there we go. Now you can put a little more delay behind that before it pops up because the zombies weren't quite dead yet. But now that it started again. Made the region a bit small. But now that it popped it up again. That's a bug. Well, we'll have to work on that. But now that you look back here, you'll see that that objective is complete and the status of the quest is complete. So now we can go up here to Albert, right-click him, and we have the option to turn in the quest. And as you can see, it has the quest text that pops up only when you're turning it in. So you can go through, you can look at everything again. This is pretty much the same dialogue as when you're looking up using like /quest1, except it has the ending quest dialogue. And then you turn it in, and boom, you get your rewards. And that's it for making quests.